So I'm testing out the OSMO Pocket version V01-09-00.20, which came out September 2019. It added 4K resolution for video. The nice thing is it's 60 frames per second. It can actually do face tracking. They optimized the phase detection and autofocus, optimized focusing at night, such as when shooting with fireworks, improved sensitivity of the OSMO Pocket extension rod buttons. I do not have the extension rod, so I cannot test that. And added focus correction algorithm for motion lapse. Now, I have heard that it actually does audio a little bit better with the external mic. So this is being recorded with the Rode Mic Go, which you can actually see kind of right here. It's a wireless one that came out maybe 6 months ago. So I'm testing this all through the paces, and we'll see how everything works. I'm shooting in 2.7K, 60 frames per second. And I do have face tracking on, so you can see that it actually does a pretty decent job. And I have it on slow tracking for the actual gimbal. But one thing that I did notice is prior, at least on mine, when I would actually do the framing for the face, it would actually like kind of do like pretty much like from my forehead down is where it would kind of put it. So it would always crop off kind of the top part of my head, where now it looks like it's actually keeping it much better in frame. This further back, up close. So I'm just gonna walk around. I'm in a forest preserve right now. So just do a couple tests and see how you guys like it. So here's the background. There's a actual lake here. There's people fishing. I do have face detection on. So it seems to be holding pretty well. So now I'm gonna take, switch the angle to the other side and we can see what I'm seeing as I'm walking. So again, this is 2.7K, 60 frames per second. And I do have a tripod hooked up, and I have the phone hooked up to it's a PGY Tech mobile adapter, which holds the phone and the OSMO Pocket together, so you don't have to worry about them separating during video. That works really good because it folds up at the end, which is nice. This is in northern Illinois, so it's probably like 70 degrees out. So it's picking up the ripples in the water. So it's pretty windy, so I'm looking for something that's somewhat stationary to video, so that way we can test the focus next. One other thing I forgot to mention, I do have the Polar Pro 16 neutral density filter on here, so you can see the blue skies are really coming through. It's a really good filter set. And it adds no weight to the OSMO Pocket. So here's a sign that they have on the trail. So I'm testing the phase detect. So now we'll go over here, see how quick it can actually focus in. And then back to the sign. I'm just looking through the iPhone screen, so hopefully it's doing what I'm expecting it to do. See how the focus is on that. Well, that's actually moving in the wind pretty good. See how it holds the focus on that. Give it a little help here and give it a little. That's pretty good. So now it's evening out, so I'm going to try to test with sparklers because that's all I have closest to fireworks, to test how the fireworks low light, darkness focusing works. So like I said, I'm just going to use sparklers because that's all I have readily available, just to at least do some kind of test. So here's a test with sparklers. So here's just another test. 2.7K, 60 frames per second. Low light of a sparkler because it's the closest I have to a firework. So as a recap, I can see that the focusing is a lot better with the new firmware update, both in lower light with the sparkler, which was the closest I could get to a firework, as well as shooting in the 12.7K, which gives you face tracking in 60 frames per second, as well as smaller file sizes, which is beneficial. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this, or click the like button if you liked the video.